What did you choose to do at your wedding that made family members upset?
Not invite them. To be fair, we only invited about 10 or 15 people to our wedding. Aside from the fact that we were in the middle of a lockdown and we wanted to be extremely careful, me and my partner decided that it was the most important to us that we had people there that were a part of our journey, a part of our healing. And we felt that, frankly, inviting our familial family, I don't know how to say that right, just didn't serve the type of spell and the type of magic we were hoping to cast for that day. And while we love our family and they mean a lot to us, it just didn't make sense from a energy point of view for them to be there. We wanted to feel safe and comfortable and be who we wanted to be without any judgment or persecution. Let me know if you want a story time about my queer marriage.
So what my wife and I thought that they were going to be upset for on both sides of our families, they weren't upset at all. Story time. So that's my wife and I on our wedding day. Clearly we look like we eloped, right? Kind of, sort of, not really. We decided to keep things cheap. Okay, so boom. My wife and I got married on February the 10th, 2021. We didn't tell our families till September 6th, 2021. But honestly, we had a really good reason. We had literally just gotten together that July of 2020, and the moment was right, the love was there, and we decided to just get married. You know what I mean? We didn't want the judgment, the oh my god, it's too soon, and oh my god, are you ready, and oh my god, do you know this person? Shut up. But no, with all due respect, that was part of it. The second part of it is weddings are ridiculously expensive, right? And the crazy part is I really don't see me spending money for other people to watch me marry the person I'm going to be with. Does not make sense to me at all. Like, I'm paying thousands of dollars for you to watch me get married when I'm the one that's getting married. Like, why am I paying thousands of dollars for other people to witness this? For what? Why am I going into my marriage broke? All in all, I think it costs my wife and I $200 max to get married, and that was to pay for the wedding certificate. That was to pay for the officiator of our wedding. That was to pay for our outfits. Really cheap, you know. Best part is we went to go get some tacos right after that. Mad comfortable. We're all about comfort. You know what I'm saying? She cute as hell, like she. Okay, so y'all probably wondering what's the reason as to why you guys didn't tell them. We didn't tell them because we both live in Georgia and both of our families live in North Carolina. And we kind of felt it was very insensitive for us to tell you via text message or via FaceTime that we got married. So we ultimately decided that we were just going to tell them in person and tell our families respectfully at the same time. Now, some shit happened in the meantime. In between time, we upgraded rings, and my wife was on FaceTime with her mom. She's like, oh my God, mom, blah, blah, blah. So her mom found out the same exact way we didn't want them to find out. Right. Which meant it was time to tell my family. And they're like the worst. Well, at least they used to be. My parents are really, really cool now. We've really gotten past a lot. Love it. And so, I told my mom and dad, I really expected them to, fucking scream, bro. Like, damn, my skin looked good. No, guess what the reaction was? They were elated. They were so ecstatic for my wife and I. My mom started crying. She was like, where's the rings? Oh my God, we're going to get you guys a wedding gift. And at the same time, we also told them we bought a house. And my dad was really happy. He was really surprised. And that's a story about how I thought they were going to be mad and they weren't mad.
It was because I wore a white wedding dress after a year of when I actually got married. Let me explain. So in the Arab world, even if you do your nikah or katbiktab before, you are not declared married in front of the society, like culturally, you're not considered married until you have that white wedding dress. Before that, you are considered to be engaged. So according to my culture, I got engaged in June because that's when we did our nikah, and then we were supposed to get married in November. Unfortunately, due to lockdown, we couldn't have a wedding, although I had already bought my white wedding dress, which was a bit costly. My mother-in-law brought me my Pakistani wedding dress, and my husband has his suit, both suits, Pakistani and normal suits. So we had our full attire, but we couldn't have a wedding. So we decided that after lockdown measures are lifted, we're gonna host a wedding. we ended up hosting a wedding in Jordan where I got to wear my white wedding dress along with my Pakistani dress. Now, needless to say, some people were triggered because culturally, that's not the norm. You're supposed to wear the white wedding dress when you're married and you move in with your husband. But after that, it's like mostly like white people. So a lot of people did not like the fact that I wore my white wedding dress after a year of me actually moving in with my husband and getting married. But it is what it is. Like, I paid a lot of money for the dress. We had a great time, so it didn't matter.
Well, we didn't invite them, so that probably didn't help. We had a small elopement of just our immediate family and our best friends, so.
Okay, so I know the lighting phenomenal right now. I look like a supermodel, but the whole time while planning my wedding, it was constant fights with my mother over everything, who to invite, all of that. Well, we were running out of money, and in my opinion, there's people at my wedding that should not have been invited because it would have saved us money to put elsewhere or to just save in general. Fast forward to the wedding. We don't listen to country music. We listen to rap and screamo. So that's what we played at our wedding, was rap and screamo. And one of the family members that I argued with my mother about inviting, because I had been with my now husband for 10 years at that point, and they never met him. In my opinion, they weren't a part of our union because who the fuck are they? Pulled my husband aside, first conversation they've ever had, and the only conversation they've had since then, to let him know that she did not appreciate the music that we were playing at our wedding, after I just fought with my mom about even inviting her. So keep that in mind and elope.
Remove my body hair. I didn't shave my legs or my armpits. And it was a conversation that came up with a couple loved ones that I might regret it. And I never did. I do not regret not removing my body hair, because I don't in general, but I don't regret not doing it on my wedding day. I also didn't wear a bra or shoes, which is also slightly mentioned. I can honestly tell you though, once we started saying our vows and everybody was all caught up in the moment with us, none of that mattered. And there was full-on waterworks coming from everyone, so nobody really cared that I had body hair or wasn't wearing a bra or shoes. They were all just really happy for us, for being so in love, and for doing what we wanted to be doing.
Set.
Made for me. Here's the first one. I had all my bonus parents walk down the aisle. Number 2, I had my bonus dad, who helped my mom raise me even after they split and everything, walk me halfway down the aisle, hand me off to my bio dad, and then he walked me the rest of the way. And my other bonus dad officiated the wedding. I'm back for number 3. I had my bio dad's ex-wife, who's my bonus mom, walk down the aisle as well, because she helped raise us and has always been there. Open. Part 4. Yes, my mother-in-law refused to come to the wedding because my mom wanted a plate of food at the rehearsal dinner. Part 5. My mother-in-law didn't come because my father-in-law was going to be there. Part 6. Ow! Part 6 continued. I had my bonus dad dance with me, the one who walked me down the aisle. Made a lot of people angry, but I don't care. See, part 7. So since my mother-in-law didn't come to the wedding, my husband only had, his grandmother and his aunt, both who raised him when his mom wasn't in the picture, dance with him, for the mother-son dance. That pissed my mother-in-law off quite a bit. Yeah. But whatever. Yeah. And then we were going to have the wedding at my husband's grandparents' house because they have a really pretty house with land. His mom threatened to not come with his brother and stepdad if we had it there. So we had it at the venue. We ended up having it up just for her to still not come. So I had my bonus dad, who's currently with my mom, officiate the wedding. Love him. Had my bonus dad, who used to be with my mom and helped raise us, walk me halfway down the aisle. Walk down with my bio dad. had my one bonus mom who's married to my dad walk with my husband's aunt who raised him. And then all the grandparents walked down too. And then my other bonus mom walked down with my father-in-law. And then I just drew a blank. Oh, my bonus dad, who was my soccer coach growing up, walked down with his wife, who's my other bonus mom. They helped my mom raise me and my brother. All the grandparents walked down. And yeah, it was a good time.
I was upset. This was mine.
For me, it was having a beautiful black wedding dress.
Now, the reason this pissed off a few people was because it wasn't white.
I didn't ask my little sister to be a bridesmaid. You'd have thought I'd murdered someone for the amount of wailing and yelling my mother and grandmother did about that. My husband and I had wanted a small bridal party, so it mostly wanted just 4 for each of us. So 4 on his side, 4 on mine. And I had my 4, and unfortunately my biological sister who I didn't have a relationship with at the time, didn't make the cut. We were 7 years apart, and we had completely different childhoods. My parents moved after I graduated high school so my sister could have a completely different lifestyle. And at the time I didn't get married, we didn't have a connection outside of biology. I was, of course, guilt-tripped left, right, and center. And even the week of the wedding, they always told me it's not too late to ask your sister. My sister and I finally started a real relationship only a few years ago. But at the time, I wanted people most important to me in my life's journey to stand up there with me. And sometimes biological family isn't as supportive as the family you find along the way.